All right, let's get into our Wuji stance. I think I said this Saturday and it helped. So for those of you that don't have your videos on, it's kind of nice to have the video on, at least for me, so I can see where you are. And if you're not in sync with me, which is absolutely fine, I can kind of, change the speed of what I'm doing or wait for somebody to finish. So please don't hesitate to put the video on. All right, so let's go into the Wuji stance. Let's stand with our feet under our hips, about shoulder width apart, flat on the floor. Knees relaxed, slightly bent. Bring your hips forward so you have a nice flat back. Let your shoulders relax and drop down. Haven't done this in a while. As you breathe in, take a nice deep breath in and bring your shoulders all the way up to your ears. And then blow out your mouth and let them drop. And feel them continue to sink down. Let's do that again. One more time. Just let the shoulders sink, the arms hang. Now feel like the top of the head is being lifted upward, elongating the spine. You don't need to straighten up. Certainly don't want to lock out your knees. You just want to get that feeling of the spine lengthening. Tuck your chin in just a little bit so that you have a nice straight neck. Breathe in and out through the nose. Nice deep abdominal breathing. As you breathe in, let the abdomen expand outward. And just pause for a moment. And then begin your exhale as the abdomen contracts towards the spine. And then again, there's a pause before you begin your inhalation. Feel your feet sinking into the ground. Feel your energy flowing down your body, out the bottom of your feet. Sending that energy deep into the earth, towards the center of the earth. And just concentrate on the breath. Forget about everything else. Feel and notice the breath, the quality of the air as it enters and it leaves your body. Feel the breath as it comes down, all the way down to the lower dantian, and then as it goes up, and the lower dantian all the way up and out the nose. Let's go to a wider stance. And just start turning from the hips and the waist. At this point, just let the arms float through the air. Nice and slowly. Try to get a sense of that energy field around you, the Wei Qi. Now just start to turn side to side a little more vigorously so the momentum causes your arms to strike the body. The forearms strike in front, just around the area or just below the belly button. And in the back, the same point, but directly behind it.
Press. Lost you, Steve.
You can't see me?
Now I do.
Okay.
It was a black screen. Thank you.
Good. Now as you go to the side, lift up the opposite heel. Stimulating not only the organs in the abdomen, the lower dantian and the men point behind, but by lifting up onto the toes, we're stimulating the kidney meridian. Bubbling spring point, bottom of your foot. Each time, look over the shoulder, see if you can get a little further around. Feel each vertebra turning in place. And slow it down so we stop moving off the toes. And slow it down some more. And come back to Wuji, but stay with the wide stance. Just come back to stillness. Let the arms go from side to side. First, just let them side to side. Try not to bend over. Just turn slightly at the waist. We're going to do looking back at the moon. So we're going to let the arms come behind us and then drop down and go behind us. Holding on to that orb between your palms. Looking up at it. So you're looking up and behind you. One more each side. And settle down. Good. Just settle in again. Hold on to a chi ball in front of your lower dantian. Turn it over on its side so your left hand is on top. Let the two hands separate. Just still feel that energy between your palms. Now lean over to the right as you push the hands away from the center of the body and bring them to the center of the body and switch them around and come to the opposite. And then just try to let it flow. It's completely side to side. Nice and relaxed. One of the instructors calls this seaweed arms. It's kind of the same idea as being in the kelp forest when we do moves like water. A couple more. Keep your hands up above you. Turn to your left. Breathe in, come back to the center. Breathe out, turn to the right. Come back to the center. One more time each side. Come back to center. Turn the palms so they're facing outward. Drop them so they're about the same height as your forehead. The arms are just a little beyond 90 degrees at the elbow. So they're not way out here, but they're not too close in. They're comfortable. Let the hands drop down in a circle, and as they come down, they flop down to face, the palms face you. And then as you come up, the palms face outward. So we're staying along that same plane. One hand does not drop within the side the other. I like to breathe in as I come up, breathe out as I go down. One more time, and then we're going to reverse. Go all the way down to the bottom, and then back the other way. Uniting the original chi. One more time. Let's clear to the lungs. So bring the feet in a little closer so you get a nice stable platform. As you breathe in, you're going to scoop the energy up, bring them up to the lungs as you rise up onto your toes. And then breathe out, push it down to the ground. Let's do that twice more. Breathe in, go up onto your toes. Breathe out. Breathing in, removing whatever energy no longer serves you. Good. Bring the hands up so they're in front of you, palms down. Turn your left palm up. Rotate slightly out of the rib cage, not out of the waist. So I'm not turning from the waist. I'm just trying to allow my rib cage basically to cause the movement. So the hand that's got the palm down, you're moving in that direction. So in this case, you're going to move to the left, to the right. Then you're going to flip them over and you're going to move to the left. They stay the same distance apart the entire time. And again, one hand does not come inside the other. So we try to follow that same line the entire time, which means you're not going to go very far to the sides, and that's fine. Jade dragon weaves around the meridians. A couple more. Really feel that rib cage opening and closing. Come back to the center. Bring your palms down below your lower dantian, palms up. Try to feel the energy below your feet. Feel the earth rising up to meet your feet and the energy flowing out of the bubbling spring, the bottom of your feet, into the ground. As we breathe in, we're lifting the energy up from the ground, up the body. The hands come up the body. They rotate in front of your face until they're above the head, palms flat, fingers facing at each other, push upward. Buddha holds up the earth. Then we're going to rotate down, bringing the energy down from the universe down into the earth. So we have the pause. We gather earth energy, bring it up. Breathing in. Pause. Now gather energy from the universe and bring it down the body all the way down into the ground. Try to get the arms so they come over the head. So you're opening the chest when you're doing that. If you're too much in front of you, the chest stays collapsed. This is a movement for the metal element and tied to the metal element of the lungs. So you really want to feel that breath, that energy going into the lungs, opening and expanding the lungs. Good. Just let your hands stay at the bottom for a moment while I talk. So then we can do one of two things with this. When we breathe in and out through the nose, we're tonifying. We're adding energy to the lower dantian. We're adding energy to the kidneys, our reservoir, our batteries of the body, if you will. If we breathe in through the nose and blow out through the mouth, we're purging. We're getting rid of things that no longer serve us. We're clearing the energy pathways. So we're opening up any blockages that may occur, any stagnation. So depending on what you feel like, we can add, as we said, this was for the metal element, we can add the metal element or the lung sound. Now with all of the sounds, there's a vocal and a subvocal sound. The vocal sound is more for physical issues. Subvocal is more for psychological. The vocal we say out loud. The subvocal we say very quietly to ourselves. You still want to say it, but basically you don't want others to hear it. So it's not just within your mind. You are moving the air, you are saying it, but you're keeping it very quiet. So either you can continue to do Buddha holds up the earth, breathing in and out of your nose, or you can do the healing sound, which is a Z, the vocal sound. So as we come up, we breathe in, come all the way up. And then as we go down, we blow out through the mouth with Z's. Pause, breathe in. Pause, and then breathe out. Good. Now let's do 3 subvocal. The subvocal for metal is more like an S, a bunch of S's, like you're hissing, like you're losing steam, but say very quietly to yourself. I'll say it loud enough so you can hear, but it should be very quietly to yourself. So we come up. Don't rush it, nice and slow, a nice long breath, and then a nice long exhale. Breathe in. Good, bring your hands up, palms facing your lungs. Picture white light coming out of your palms. See if you can feel the energy coming out of your palms, filling your lungs with that energy. Picture the lungs filling with white light. Just breathe that energy in. Again, if you want to purge, if you feel like you need to get stuff out of the lungs or the lung meridian, it can be energetic, physical, doesn't really matter. Then breathe out through the mouth. If you're trying to build the energy in the lungs, then just breathe in and out through the nose. So we're not making any sound as we breathe out the mouth if we're purging. We're just picturing that white light filling the organs. Good. Let your hands drop down. Scoop up the energy. And then bring it down the center line of the body, back of the hands together. So we breathe in, breathe out. Good. Now scoop up the energy, bring it up the body, and then out. Last time. Good. And we're going to do the same that we did before. We're going to bring the energy up and we're going to bring it around. This posture is for the water element, for the kidneys. The water element, we're looking at either dark blue or black light. And the healing sound for water is tree. So as we bring it up, we breathe in, and then you can go tree. Tree. This is the vocal sound. Tree. One more time. Tree. Now we're going to do the subvocal sound, which is chew. 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 Good. Bring your hands around to behind you. You can either put your hands on your lower back or just a couple of inches away. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed. Picture dark blue or black light coming out of the palms, filling the kidneys with that light. Again, try to feel the energy coming out of the palms, filling the kidneys. Let's move on to the wood element. So bring the hands around in front of you. Still, the palms are up on either side of your hips. Take your left hand, palm forward, push away. Then come in and then push away with the left hand, with the right hand. So we breathe out as we're pushing away, and then we breathe in as we're coming back. One more each side. It's called Immortal Pushes the Stone. So we're going to continue to do this. We're going to use the healing sounds again. The vocal sound is shoo. So you're going to push out with your left hand and go shoo. Then breathe in. Shoo. 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 Once more each side. Shoo. Shoo. Now we're going to do the subvocal sound, which is shh. Last one. Good. Go ahead and take your hands and put them on your right side. This is for the liver. And the color is green. So again, you can put your palms just a little bit out from the body or against the body. Picture green light coming out of the palms, filling the liver with that green light. Feel the energy coming out of the palms, filling the liver with that energy. And you can do all the healing sounds with just putting your hands over the particular organs. And sometimes it's very effective and people can really feel it. So for example, if we were going to do the liver sound, especially the vocal sound, we could just do shoo. And the idea is you're doing that, you're trying to feel that vibration in the organ. But for this series, we're just going to let the energy travel in and fill that organ. Good. Next element is fire, for the heart. Sorry. So the posture that we do is cloud hands. So that put your left hand up, make sure you're making that connection to the upper dantian. And then the lower hand is making the connection, the right hand is making the connection to the lower dantian. Imagine red strings coming between each of the hands and connecting to those dantians. Just lock in that feeling at first. Just take your moment. And then rotate to the left, keeping the hands exactly in front, keeping that connection. Then let one hand drift down as the other hand drifts up. Reconnect, and then slowly come across. Try not to have it be too mechanical. More important that you feel the energy from the palms going into the dantians, picturing that red light. So it's important that the hands remain in front of you the entire time. Some people are doing more of this. The hands stay right in front, and all I'm doing is turning to the side, switching, and then going to the opposite side. Make sure you're feeling that connection to the upper and lower dantian. The healing sound, both the vocal and the subvocal, is ha. So as we go to the left, breathe out. Ah. 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 And then quietly to yourself. Last one. Good. Bring your hands one over the other. Don't make contact with your hands, but use the palms of each to have red light coming out of the palms, penetrating the heart, the middle dantian. Feel the energy coming out of the palms, filling the heart. Picture the red light coming out of the Laogang points of the hands, filling the heart. Just a moment more. Good. Let your hands drop down so they're in front of you, but palms facing the earth. Try to feel that connection to the earth. Feel the energy coming out of the Laogang, out of the points in your palms, down into the earth as you breathe out. And as you breathe in, draw the earth energy up through the palms, up the arms into the torso. And then as you breathe out, the energy from the torso down the arms, out the palms into the earth. Go to a little bit wider stance so that you're nice and solid and comfortable. Do a posture called pebble in the pond. So you want to bring your hips back. As your hips go back, your arms are going to just naturally float forward. Then as your hips come forward, bring your arms around and back to the body. Just try that first. Breathe out as the arms go out. Breathe in as they come in. Good. So now as you come in, turn palms up. As you go out, palms down. So we get that nice spiral and that's seen throughout nature. Drawing energy into the body and then removing what we no longer need, what no longer serves us. Now the healing sound for the earth is like an owl. Hoo. So as you go out, hoo, and breathe in. Hoo. Hoo. One more time. Hoo. And the subvocal sound is also hoo, but now say it very quietly to yourself. Good. Bring your hands over to your left side. This is for the spleen. Color is yellow. You can put your hands up against the body or you can put them just out from the body. Picture yellow light leaving the palms, going into the spleen. Feel the energy coming out of the palms. Just gather that energy, let it build. Or if you want, if you're purging, if you're blowing out your mouth, clearing any darkness, any stagnation, filling with that yellow light. Just another moment. Good. Relax. See if you can feel that energy moving through your body. Picture your body aglow with energy. Now that's the 5 elements, but we call it the 6 healing sounds because we finish with the thermostat of the body, the triple warmer. And so we're going to do pulling down the heavens, breathing in, palms up, gather the energy. Breathe out, push it down the body. As we breathe in, as we gather. Breathe out as you push the energy down the body, clearing all those pathways and sending energy you no longer need down through the bottom of your feet, deep into the ground to be recycled. And the healing sound for the triple warmer is he. There is no color. There is no organ. And the vocal and the subvocal sound, again, are the same. So as we breathe in, we come up. As we're pushing energy down and breathing out, you go, he. 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 Now quietly to yourself. One more time without any sound. Actually, let's do this 3 more times. And finish with both hands over the lower dantian. So one palm over the other, either interlacing at the thumbs or holding at the wrist. The thumb is at the belly button, that places your palms just slightly below, which is where your lower dantian is. Bring your feet together, close together as comfortable so that you're not unstable. Take your left hand and scoop up as the right hand is palm up just below the lower dantian. Thumb and first finger separate. The other fingers are nice and relaxed and open. And the thumb comes down the center line of the body as you breathe out. You get to the bottom, switch. Breathe in, gather the energy. Breathe out. Nice, long exhalation, nice and slow as you go down. That gap between the thumb and the first finger is called the tiger's mouth. And what we want to try and do here is feel the energy come out of the tiger's mouth, interacting with the central line. So you can really close your eyes and feel where the hand is in relation to your body by that energy coming out of the tiger's eye, interacting with your energy, interacting with the energy of the central line. Now in this next pass, stop at the upper dantian, the area of the third eye between the eyebrows, the forehead. And picture gold light coming out of the tiger's mouth, filling your head, filling that upper dantian with that gold loving light, dispelling negative thoughts, removing darkness, stagnation. Just breathe that warm, loving gold light. And drop down to the middle dantian. Red light coming out of the palm. Out of the tiger's mouth. And feel it dispelling any negative emotions, removing darkness, blockages, stagnation. Breathe in that warm, loving red light and allow it to fill your middle dantian with love, compassion, generosity of spirit. Drop down and switch. Stop again briefly at the upper dantian. And just feel that energy now expand beyond your physical, surrounding your entire head with that gold light. And drop it down to the middle dantian. A red light continues to expand outward beyond the physical body. And then drop both hands down, one hand over the other, over the lower dantian. Picture white light. Removing any fears, anxieties. Dispelling darkness, stagnation. And feel that warmth building in that lower dantian. That white light pouring out of your palms, filling the lower dantian as it too expands outward beyond your physical body. And allow it to expand to where it starts to interact with the energies of the other dantians, until all three meld together. Just picture your body aglow with energy. Picture that energy moving everywhere within inside you. Moving in every direction beyond your physical body, encasing you in a protective cocoon. Just allow yourself to float weightlessly inside that cocoon. And begin to notice what it feels like to be safe. To be healthy. To be at peace. Take a deep breath. Gather those feelings together. Draw them into your body. And take them with you for the rest of the day. Thank you.